Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Now, today we see widespread corruption. Uh, ICE, some would say, our president, some would say, and we want to see better. Hell, some of us, think we can do better. All right. So let me ask: have you ever built anything, and have you ever built it perfectly? Right. So, with that being said, are you perfect? Are you flawless? These are questions we're going to talk about today.
Uh, uh, uh,
I get the link out.
everybody, yeah. I'm in the zone, energy grown. Truth on the line when the mic gets shown. Light through the dome, we spark in the tone. Deeper than convo when mindsets wrong. Crew by my side, no mask, no clones. We break cycles and cast these stones. Heart of a lion, calm of a sage. Every word therapy, life on the page. Wanna talk about it? Yeah, we talk about it. Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Karma Dez and the crew, we hold that ground. Wanna talk about it? Yeah, we talk about it. Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Karma Dez and the crew, we hold that ground. Stories bleed, but they're healing sweet. Real ones build when the real ones meet. Late night thoughts, what the world don't tweet. Turn mics to mirrors to the pain retreat. From Colleen to the dream, we shift that scene. Big talk, black love, afro sheen. No gimmicks, just growth, you can feel that steam. Every episode, another self-esteem. Wanna talk about it? It's all pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Karma Dez and the crew, we hold that ground. Wanna talk about it? Yeah, we talk about it. Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Karma Dez and the crew, we hold that ground. Every voice got a reason. Every story got a spark. Welcome home. This is Wanna Talk About It with Karma Dez and the crew.
My mic on? My mic on? We good?
Feel like it. Like check on my end.
Hey, y'all. Had some technical difficulties.
A little bit.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Appreciate y'all. How was y'all's weekend? Of course, I'm going to ask y'all that. My weekend, or my week, sorry. How's your week? Weekend just started. My week has been pretty fast, actually. Pretty good week, busy week, productive week. Can ask for nothing more right now. Um, Actually, I could, but not gonna do that. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about corruption tonight, right? And I'm not gonna be talking about like corruption as in like movie corruption or dramatic, you know, theatrical corruption. Just gonna be talking about corruption in the sense of law. Things are imperfect, right? So when you look at the systems in the whole, right? Again, I covered systems, I think, back in the state episode or the power episode. So with these systems, again, people run these systems, right? Or we create these systems. But if we're inherently flawed, how can we create a system that does not have flaws, right? Or how can we create policies that don't have flaws? Which is why we kind of instinctively know, you're going to agree to something, you're going to disagree to something. We're not going to agree with everything. So I'm trying to make sure I stay in the lane of flaw and try not to drift too far into moral and ethical judgments here, right? So like I'm imperfect, but I can try my best to get like the perfect materials to build. Let's say like even a tiny fort, but I can't anticipate everything that would destroy that fort, right? So that's what I mean here about there's flaw. We're short-sighted beings. We're not omnipresent. We're not omnipotent. Just factors that happen that we can't anticipate, right? So when we so when we expect what we expect from, let's say, our politicians and our representatives, and even I'm guilty of this. We It's like we almost expect that perfection, that them to be without flaw, or at least flaws that we can tolerate, right? But then again, it's like, how can we really corruption more understandable? Let's take, for instance, um, a man's got a family to raise. The wife is pregnant. Tight on bills or tight on funds, right? And there's an opportunity to make more funds. He just might have to compromise a little bit. I can understand that. Not saying again that I'm judging the situation, but I'm saying I understand the mechanism of how that can happen and why it would happen. Now, is this person truly corrupt, or are they flawed in the sense that they're weak in their resolve due to their responsibilities, right? Now, that's not to say there aren't corrupt people who are, boom, this is what we do, right? I think we've seen that with some particular lists that have come out. Oh, I forgot to pull. Yeah, let me pull up on my end so I can monitor the chat on my end. Hmm, hmm. Timothy was in the chat last weekend for a good 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, and I'm gonna mute. Everybody from the sorry, y'all. But yeah, so situations like that, or let's say, like we all heard the story. What's that song called? What would you do if you were laying at home, had a son at home, laying on the bedroom floor, hungry?
What would you do?
Right. What would you? Yeah, right.
City High.
City High. What would you do? That's a song right there. Is that about corruption or or flaw? Like looking from the outside, there is a lot of corruption in that song. They're talking about what they would do in order to protect their family, keep them fed and sheltered, right? And some of those things that they're doing are considered unsavory, inappropriate, or you even say corrupt. So we also gotta, we look at these things, and again, the word keeps coming up, discernment, and we gotta understand the mechanism behind these things, and to kind of apply them to ourselves as well. Like for instance, what would you do in a situation? We say all the time, I wouldn't do it.
In the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Commodores in the crew, we hold that ground. Every voice got a reason. Every story got a spark. Welcome home. This is wanna talk about it with Commodores and the crew.
Oh my goodness. Now we're talking about corruption as a flaw. If you missed some audio there, apologies. We're gonna kind of keep rolling here. So at the end of the day, with it being flaw, again, we're looking at the mechanism, and it becomes a survival mechanism in some cases.
That was Botany, by the way. They let us know the audio was out. Shout out to that boy.
Shout out, Botany. Appreciate you, Botany. Always looking out, man.
Appreciate you looking out, man.
Might have to split Mike's pay with Botany tonight.
You was late, nigga. You was late. I was early. You was late. I
was late for setup. I was here for the show. See? Motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, we might have planted the seed for another episode right there.
Hey, man, there's some corruption going on.
Yeah, definitely some corruption going on in the world. So, yeah, again, survival instincts, right? And I'm looking here at my notes. We got competing interests and emotional decisions. That's a big one. That's like what I was touching on with John Q and the other the father reference, and then the City High reference. Those emotions, those emotional ties. A lot of times they hook you, right? One of the things I took from like Training Day, again, movies. Alonzo, Denzel Washington's character, he didn't tell nobody about his family. Nobody knew who his wife was, the kids were, none of that. Why? So they can't hook you. I keep that in mind. I just keep that in mind, right? Everybody wants to be out there. Show me around, man.
Everybody. Yeah. I'm in the zone, energy grown. Truth on the line when the mic gets shown. Light through the dome, we spark in the tone. Deeper than convo when mindsets wrong. Crew by my side, no mask, no clones. We break cycles and cast these stones. Heart of a lion, calm of a sage. Every word therapy, life on the page. Wanna talk about it? Yeah, we talk about it. Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Commanders in the crew, we hold that ground. Wanna talk about it? Yeah, we talk about it. Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Commanders in the crew, we hold that ground. Stories bleed, but the healing's sweet. Real ones build when the real ones meet. Late night thoughts, what the world don't tweet. Turn mics to mirrors to the pain retreat. From Colleen to the dream, we shift that scene. Big talk, black love, afro sheen. No gimmicks, just growth, you can feel that steam. Every episode, another self-esteem. Wanna talk about it? Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound.
Positions. Right? People are mad at, the president right now, Donald Trump. But it's like, think about it. If you were an 80-year-old man, white man. I'm not even gonna say white man. Just saying, if you were an 80-year-old man and you had to run the country, and you had to cut in one portion of the country that basically became a roadblock to you at every point that you tried to make, right? And people are like, there's a disconnect. Well, yeah, there's a disconnect. Most of y'all that are upset are 40 and under, and this man's 80 plus. There's definitely a generational gap there, right? So you gotta. I look at things like that, right? And I think it helps me foster better relationships throughout my life because I'm not just trying to enforce. Or not trying to just, I'm not trying to just enforce my worldview upon everybody. I'm trying to live my worldview while incorporating the fact that this person's worldview might be different. Like, where do we clash? How can we not clash, right? And I don't think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people, I'm not sure if they like to clash, but they clash. I'm not sure if that's a lack of wisdom or sheer what I'm looking for. I want to say boldness. So I'm not sure which it is. I guess it depends on the individual, right? Which is pretty much everything, right? From a sociological or a psychological view, everything's dependent on the individual. I mean, there's some group things, but generally, everything on the individual. But yeah, if you're in these positions, what would you do? How I ask people all the time, how would you run the country? Just for example, you're upset, you got all these concerns, you're mad at this person will do. Well, what would you do? How would you do? Right? Like one of the questions I got asked earlier was, or one of the things I'm being constantly told is, these people need to be registered as sex offenders. Okay, then what? Register them for what? We already know this. Like, then what? Right? So it's like, then we're dealing with so if everybody's benefiting from a system, what incentive is there to change the system? Right. So at that point, it's not, once you're in the system, it doesn't even seem like corruption. It probably just seems like, this everyday business. Which is, what was going on with chattel slavery in America. A lot of people didn't see anything wrong with it because it was just it's everyday business. It's every day. That's what we do. Oh man, I'm missing the chat. What's going on? Hey Tiff, you can't. Oh man, yeah. Music now. Thank you. Yo, what's up, Backdoor? Appreciate you, bro. We are good. Major fist. Man, music came away. We lost check. You hear that just 10 seconds ago.
Yeah. I fixed everything, man. So fuck the other angle. We're just gonna keep it on this angle, cause
The other one, the audio one coming through on the other angle?
nah, that's what they're saying.
What?
Yeah, but it's showing up on the screen, but yeah.
Appreciate y'all. That was the audio, man. What you say about Vincent Rubio? Vance and Rubio helped keep him in touch a bit. No Diddy. Well, yeah. They do. They try, and then you know his kids, you know Baron and the grandkids. But you know, even then, it's like you can only they can only touch so many. You know, touch a portion of what's out there beyond detractors, whatnot. And honestly, I've started calling. No, I'm not going to tell. That's political. I don't want to get too political. I'm not going to touch that. We're going to save that for when our personal conversations. So it's like, let's touch on that right there. So it's like, what would we do in these positions, right? How would we do it better, right? Then it's like, what is better? And we say we want lower gas prices. Okay, cool. Me and my brother talked about it. It's like, bet we could lower gas prices. Guess what I'm going to turn around and do? I'm going to raise up the prices of the food in the store. So you're not going to get around it. You're simply just going to be having to make a choice. Which one do you want to pay more for? Your gas or your food? Because you're going to be paying either way. Democrat, Republican, whatever. I'll say that on politics. Democrat, Republican, you're going to be paying either way. It's just which way do you want to pay? What we got in the chat? Could imagine running the country and an 18-year-old at 8, right? And coming at you constantly. Why don't you put that up there? Because it was charging. I think it'll make it the rest of the episode though. Oh my gosh. All this stuff, boom, right here in front of me. Oh, that'll work. Man, Steve. Yeah, what is better? And then what would we do better? Right? There's a lot of stuff we don't know, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. And then what would you do if a country is like, we're not going to do shit you say, and you can't do nothing about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to sit there and just take that, or are you going to show some time? What are you going to do? I don't think we think about these things all the time. We just want what we want. So, and that tends to lead towards corruption when you just want what you want. So at the end of the day, would you do any better? Or would you just enact a different type of the thing that you criticized? This may sound accusatory, but these are questions that I ask myself. These are questions that we ask inside our group here. When we discuss and we talk about these things. And these are things that we were talking about even before I started the podcast. That's why I think we're a pretty level-headed group, generally speaking, overall. Because we're not afraid to go there and have these deep questions. Of course, I want to bring them out regardless. So they kind of have no choice, but and y'all just getting the offshoot of that, right? And the more I talk to people, the more I see that we don't really ask ourselves these questions. So that's what want to talk about it is about: to ask these questions, delve these questions, and to sit with yourself with these questions. Some episodes you might can have a conversation with your family. Some episodes you just sit by with in yourself and go listen to some music, let it sit for a second. But when you're done with that, come to the chat, come to the group, let's talk about it. Some great people there. That's all I got for y'all tonight, folks. I probably had more.
Keep it going, man. Keep it going.
What's our time? What time we at?
Like 10 minutes.
Nah, we ain't at 10 minutes. I mean, we did miss some of the episodes.
Yeah, man. So keep it going. Yeah.
Where we at?
About 10 minutes.
It
Says 20.
Yeah, about 20 minutes. We got about 10 minutes left.
Okay, another 10 minutes on them. I think they can hear you this time, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to pull her back up.
The thing that. See, the chat says keep it going, man.
The chat said keep it going.
Yeah.
Oh, she do say keep it going.
Keep it going.
What dance? What you need to see? What dance? Oh, the sit down with yourself dance. Oh man. Oh man. Listen, got a chat down and what's being told possibly about us. We were kids, all that she said, all that she said, he said shit. Yeah, all that he said, she said shit.
Yo.
About Bobby?
Nah, that's hold on, man.
Oh, you listen to the
Say it again.
10 more minutes.
It's late.
I see it. What's up, Zay? We got 10 more minutes. That's we.
It's 10 more minutes. Trying to speak so Jenny.
Hey man, make sure he can get me heard on the mic. Remember last time he didn't
Shit,
get
I don't
heard?
know, nigga, where's.
Which camera you got me on?
Hey, can you hear yourself on a?
So it's like a minute late.
But you can hear yourself.
Yep.
Bet. Let me get your lighter. She said she wants X-Men predictions for like X-Men '97 or for like just or Marvel in general.
So on the test
Bet.
right now.
Yeah, we was making sure because last time it didn't let you come through like that. Bet. So what y'all want first? Y'all want Zay or y'all want X-Men '97?
Let's be on X-Men 97.
Well, Zay, what you predict for X-Men '97?
So, okay.
Gambit's coming back.
So it's saying who?
Martin Luther King,
Okay. Who's Magneto supposed to represent?
Malcolm X.
Okay.
Nah, Magneto was right.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
The science is sound on that
The
one.
science is motherfucking sound.
So I'm gonna tell you something. I'm next.
Next one, you had that one.
This one guy. When he first started, he was young and he probably was.
Zay, what kind of prediction is this now?
I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to. I'm like, I feel like this is
I'm gonna let you
foundation.
cook. I'm gonna let you cook for a little bit more. All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead. All right, what? All right. It's gone now.
No, for real. So, anyways, Max, he was from the ancient prison. He was young. He got the body. He was accepted, right? So he started speaking on things, right? He started speaking to people and racism and this and that, right?
Mhm.
No,
Prediction over here.
all right, man. You take a long time to get to the cooking.
Hey, you said is this are you still talking about X-Men? Okay, I'm just making sure I'm making sure I'm tracking. I'm making sure I'm tracking.
Okay.
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 You saying the mute? Go. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. Yeah. Right. Right.
Still, we identified
And X-Men
rules from
and X-Men.
You talking about April 97 though, man?
We're,
Yeah.
no, we're not talking about like her prediction. She said Wolverine would get his metal fucked up, and by Jean and think Rogue would have to sacrifice to save Gambit from Apocalypse. Like,
Okay.
The apocalypse.
yeah,
Come on. I don't know. Who is it? Ah, his name ain't no. All right.
Magneto was now, yeah, Speed with Professor X.
No. No. Magneto was right.
yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah, I can't hear you. That's what I'm saying. You get the middle of the night. All right, Tiff. See y'all later.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on, Zay. He got to get up. He got to get you up on the mic, man. We can't hear you, man. Or they can't. I can't. I mean, we can hear you, but they can't hear you.
All right, so I think I'm saying, see y'all later.
You can? I'm listening right now. And I can't hear you.
Listen,
Ah, no. See, everybody else say they can't hear you either. Nah, I mean they can't hear you talk. Yeah. Well, predictions.
You gotta get on the mic, man. You gotta get on the mic.
okay.
Hold on. You gotta get you to a mic.
Where's the mic?
Huh?
Where?
That's your closest camera right there. You can pick him up. What camera we on?
You on that one?
We're on a solo camera. We gotta switch to that camera. No,
That one wasn't picking up sound, remember?
that one wasn't picking up sound.
Nah, that one.
That's the one we on right now. Oh, okay, well, yeah, that one. You gotta get to that one. Bless you. Bless you.
Hey. Yeah. Oh,
No, it's just a lot of
technical difficulties.
there's a lot of stuff in the way.
Testicle difficulties.
Yeah.
On side, baby.
Hey, but nah, Gamer's coming back for 97 the next season. He's for sure coming back.
My prediction.
So who you think gonna be the four horsemen?
Well, I think I've been a 4 horsemen.
Who? Man, the camera's not picking you up, man. Yeah, it's not picking you up on the mic. Yeah, it's not picking you up.
Yeah. That's what the mic. That's the mic. I can't run the Bluetooth right now. My Bluetooth speaker is actually my Bluetooth speaker isn't I think it is charged. Hold on.
Chips.
Chew them differently.
Wow. Harmick? Yeah. Harmick and then Dez, yeah. Like
Oh, damn, do you really love like the chance open? Now you put me down as a kidney.
yeah, it should be this and that.
Ah, oh, oh, oh.
Can't do nothing. I turned the Bluetooth off. I told you I hate my phone, bro.
Charge this one to the game, man. Yup.
Right now. But shit, that's the that's in the mobile. Hold on.
Yeah. You do.
Dang it.
Have you seen the skits?
Now you're good. For some reason my Bluetooth plan is stupid. I tell you what. I tell you what. We're gonna try to get you on here, Zay. Yeah, but they don't want to hear Dead Space either.
Cheers.
Say what?
Cheers.
Nah.
Oh.
Nigga, how the fuck do I connect this to you?
Through your phone.
So,
What do I put?
Did you hit the Bluetooth?
This was the Bluetooth, this one, right?
I don't know. Does it say Bluetooth on it? Let's see.
Exactly. Look at it.
Oh, just pop up in the day. I don't know. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Just pop up. Uh,
I don't
like
know.
in the theaters?
I don't think so, man. Avengers?
Don't be a vendor.
All right.
You feel like coming up?
Think so, man. I don't think they're gonna do it.
Yo,
We
I'm
don't
trying to get
want
Zay
that.
on, but my speaker ain't connected for some reason.
Us,
Technical difficulties, man. You ain't even picking up on the cast, man. You look like they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
throwing them chips.
No,
No, I can hear you, but they can't hear you. That's what I'm saying. It looks like it's gonna look like I'm just sitting here talking to myself.
Stop chilling for a second.
I'm hungry. It's past my dinner time.
Well, I think that
I think we hit. That's it.
Myself.
Yeah.
I,
Put you on the phone. Nobody else can hear you.
Sure can.
No, they can't. Look, can you hear Zay Hook? I'm asking the chat right now. Chat, can y'all hear Zay? Or does it look like I'm just sitting here talking to myself?
Shit,
nobody can hear you on there, man.
I can.
Bro, both me and Mike got you pulled up. We can't hear you, bro.
What we watching right now?
The chat is saying nah, bro. What? No, it's not. You tripping, bro.
Because yeah, just listen.
Hey, this has been funny, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for watching. Ridiculous. We got Mike C up there. We got Zay. Y'all can't hear him.
I can't hear Zay, but he on the
I'm
phone.
in the zone, energy grown,
today.
truth on the line when the
Nomination
mic
night.
gets shown. Like through the
For people or just people. We have.
Says wrong, crew by my side. No mask, no clones. We break cycles and cast these stones. Heart of a lion, calm of a sage. Every word therapy, life on the page. Wanna talk about it? Yeah, we talk about it. Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Comateurs in the crew, we hold that ground. Wanna talk about it? Yeah, we talk about it. Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Comateurs in the crew, we hold that ground, that ground, that ground. Stories bleed, but the healing sweet. Real ones build when the real ones meet. Late night thoughts with the world on tweet. Turn mics to mirrors to the pain retreat. From Colleen to the dream, we shift that scene. Big talk, black love, afro sheen. No gimmicks, just growth, you can feel that steam. Every episode, another self-esteem. Wanna talk about it? Wanna talk about it? Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Comateurs in the crew, we hold that ground. Wanna talk about it? Wanna talk about it? Soul, pain, truth, we gon' walk around it. Light in the dark, yeah, we found our sound. Comateurs in the crew, we hold that ground. That ground, that ground. Every voice got a reason. Every story got a spark. Welcome home. Yeah, just wanna talk about it. With Comateurs in the crew.